This computer. Hello, Wendy. How are you?
How's it going? How's it going? Hey,
Hey,
everybody.
hey, everyone out there. I'm not sure where you are, but we are here in the South, and it is hot as a double hockey stick.
Ladies.
It is very, very hot. The
Yes.
grass in my yard used to be green, now it's golden brown. And believe it or not, that's a pretty color, but it's burnt. It is truly, truly burnt. So, hey everybody, as always, please like, share, leave us a comment. We need those comments so we can understand what you like about what we're talking about, or if you have ideas about things you want us to talk about. And also, most of all, we need you to subscribe, right, Wendy?
That's right. Please, please. And share.
Hey
Yes.
guys, so the last time we were together, we talked about dating discouraged. As you get older, the pickings get slimmer, in some cases, and as you get older, you get rusty too. So you can easily get, discouraged dating, right, Wendy?
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
and
Particularly with the apps and everything.
exactly,
Mhm.
especially with the dating apps, you can
Yes.
definitely, get discouraged. And especially when you're on so many different apps and you start to see the same tired people. I'm sorry, the same tired people. So, Wendy, what are your thoughts? Everyone, this is part two of dating discouraged. We did see that you really did like that topic, so we wanted to just bring it back a little bit and kind of wrap it up, put a nice little bow on it. So, this is part two of dating discouraged.
Okay. Well, I personally am taking a little hiatus from the dating apps. Okay. I just needed
Not
to,
from dating, but the dating apps.
from the dating apps. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I tried, Facebook dating and Match and a couple of other ones, but
Right.
yeah, just need a little break from them. Maybe a
And you know
refresh.
what? That's a good idea. That's an idea. When you are feeling discouraged, like you're getting nowhere, you're meeting no one, you know what? It's probably a good idea to take a break.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
take that break, do some things that you like to do. And you might even come up with things that when you do meet someone that you can share with someone else. So
Yes.
if you're dating discouraged, I don't think we talked about that before. Take a short break,
Yeah.
especially from the dating apps. Now,
Yeah.
mind you, if you have an opportunity to meet someone, uh, you might want to open the lock of the door and come on out. Don't.
Well, a lot of times when we're out at dinner or whatever, maybe you're just waiting to meet your friend. Okay. They're going to meet you at a bar or whatever. What do? We look at the phone and we swipe. We're not really there. We're not present.
Right,
And the
exactly.
thing,
Because you're
and
doing
then
something
sometimes
else.
that's just to keep you, from being nervous.
Right.
You're doing that. But look around and smile at a few people when you're out. Just be present. I think that will help. That's what I'm
No,
going to.
that's an excellent idea as well. Because a lot of times what women do, especially, a guy might smile at them and they might kind of like turn their heads like, what is he smiling
Oh,
at
they
me
don't even
for?
see them smiling because they're in the app,
You know?
or they playing Candy Crush or whatever.
Right, right, right. But no, oftentimes women will be like, get the defensive. Why is he smiling at me?
Yeah,
As
yeah,
opposed to, just nodding your head a little bit and smiling back. Just the little things can make a big difference.
yeah.
Now I was online as I generally do trying to get information, but one of the things that I did notice is a lot of conversation was around, you know, try to when you do meet someone, try to do something that you are both interested in. We always go out to dinner and do the coffee thing or whatever. But say for instance, skating is a big deal. Maybe you like to skate. That might be a good first date to go on. So you don't get turned off because you're not doing things that you have in common. So I say, when you first start off, if you meet someone so you don't get discouraged, is start doing things after you get to know the person. Do things that you have in common that you both like. Not the same old basic stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
I think that'll help a lot. That'll kind of like um it'll shut down some of your discouragement if you meet someone and you really want to get to know them better. Do some
Yeah.
things together that you have in common as opposed to just going out to dinner or something like
Yeah.
that.
Or maybe something that you haven't done before, but you want to try. You both want to try, like,
Maybe bungee
the
jumping.
rock climbing or whatever, like having, what do they have it in the mall or something where you can rock
Yeah, they
climb?
do. You hear what
Something
I say?
physical, but not
Not bungee jumping.
not
Not
life threatening, but physical. And I think that might get some serotonins going, and
right, right.
maybe you can connect over that. Just a good laugh.
No, that's a good idea. I like that. Yeah. Or either, you know what? They have this for the adults. They have, you know how they have for the kids those big bouncies where you jump in, where you can dive into it and bounce back up. Well,
Yeah,
I've seen those for adults as well. That now that sounds like something fun that you could
I
come
haven't
out.
seen that.
Yeah, I've seen it on Instagram, where else? But
Okay.
I did see it on Instagram. Now just think about that. That is something where you would come out just cracking up because that's like that to me would like be like fun, like a
That's
big,
like, yeah, like
you
a
know.
kid, like you're a kid again for that
And,
day.
and it was all adults, diving in and that thing, you bounce up and you
Mhm.
get out and you dive back in, and it's silly fun. And so you know what? And that's what it is. Sometimes just have silly fun, and
Right.
that helps with some of the discouragement as well. And I know
Yeah.
even though the bigger topic about dating discourage is not meeting someone, but there are
Mhm.
other components to it because when you meet someone, you can also get discouraged. So, we're not going to
You could be discouraged from just having first dates, it's all just
exactly.
first.
Exactly. Well, and we thought about this conversation, but I want to just put it out there. Wendy brought this to my attention. Dottie, if you all know the gospel singer Dottie Peoples just got married, and I think it's her second marriage because I know she has children at 73. So happiness can come at any time. So don't get discouraged.
There
Okay?
is a silver line.
Yes, there is definitely a silver lining.
Yeah.
And you know what? But that's the hard part about it is you get discouraged easily. Because guys, it's not like when we were younger when you could go out and meeting people in clubs used to be the big thing, when we were all in our 20s and 30s. You could meet two and three guys a night. You could go home with three, four, five numbers. And you know what? You could even go out at some point with all of those guys. Well, you know what? Those days are over, and for most of us. So now you have to do things differently, and that's when you got to be creative. You got to come up with creative things to do, ways to meet people. When we talked about that before, but you can never stop. You can never get enough of that conversation, finding different ways. And you know what? If you're out there and you can share with some of our listeners, our viewers, share with them different ways, to meet people and different things to do when you meet them. Let's share information. We get caught up
Yeah.
sometimes and can be selfish and don't want to share information. And I say, share information because no one can do it like you. And I mean that just in general. Anyone can say,
Mm.
no one can do it like you. If you share something in the way that you do it or the way that you approach it, no, the other person might not approach it that way. They've got the information. Now they have to utilize it in the format that's going to work for them. So it doesn't hurt to share information.
Whatever it is for you is for you. So it's
Exactly.
okay to share it with somebody else if you got a good place to go, a nice
Exactly.
park or whatever, where there's a good selection of men.
Yeah,
Let it
let's
go.
share information.
Yeah.
And let's help each other out because everybody wants to be in a healthy long term. Well, I don't want to say everybody because I don't know that, but I
Right.
think most people want to be in a healthy long term relationship with someone. So,
Right.
let's share as much information as we possibly can. And you know what? Don't get discouraged. When you meet somebody, I don't know if you knew this, Wendy, I didn't. And I'm saying this to say, just because in the beginning things are not taking off the way that you want them to and you're getting discouraged, relationships have four stages. The euphoric stage. Now that's the stage when you've got the stars in your eyes and you're all enamored and whatnot. Well, once you get past that and you see this person for who they are, good, bad, or indifferent, it's the early attachment stage Well, you like them a lot, you know, you want to be with them all the time, and you're calling them up and they're doing the same thing to you. And then you have the crisis stage. This is the stage that makes or breaks the relationship. This is when something happens and you're like, I don't know if I can.
Conflict, some kind of conflict, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's a time, if especially if it's someone that you like, that's the time when you stay in the game. You know, you stay in the game, especially if it's someone, don't get discouraged and just get
Right.
turned off. Stay in the game and see where you can go because you haven't gotten to the fourth stage. And the fourth stage is that deep attachment. Now, the early attachment is when you still you like them, you want to be with them. But the deep attachment is after you've gone through all the crises, you dealt with some things, you really like this person, and now you're getting to the point where you want to be committed to them. And that's where the deeper attachment comes from. So don't get discouraged. You got to work through it. You know, it's like walking up the stairs. There's 4 levels: level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4.
Yeah, yeah. I saw an article that I was reading was gave a little tip about not getting discouraged, and I kind of do this sometimes.
I'm telling
Just
you.
because I like to read. There, you could read like a self-improvement book, right?
Okay, that's a
Especially
good
for
idea.
personal growth. So there are relationship gurus,
Oh, are
you
they? They're
walk
by
through
dime
that.
a dozen. And we're not relationship gurus. We just like to talk
No,
about it. Have fun.
right, not in the least, not in the least. But there are some out there if you so desire to use one. But get you a good book on something that speaks to you or that can help you with your personal growth and development and just getting to know yourself better so you're ready for the relationship when it comes along.
Exactly. And now that Wendy has said that, that is something that someone out there can share because I know that there are people that have read some good books and they thought they were
Mhm.
helpful. And if there's some bad ones, you can put those out there and say, hey, don't get this one because it was not helpful to me at all. But you
Right,
want to take a
right.
chance. So,
Mhm.
so that's something else that we can share. We can share, self-help books that help you understand who you are
Or
in a
maybe
relationship.
somebody you're listening to on what is it, Instagram or somebody that you follow that
Right?
gives you some
That's
good
true.
tips, you know, some
Exactly.
good videos that help.
And you take bits and pieces because everyone doesn't know everything, number one. And number two, what works for them and 10,000 other people might not work for you.
Right.
So
This
you
is
take
true.
bits and pieces from people and you put it together, unless you just magically can get on the magic carpet and ride off into the sunset with the love of your life on the first date.
Are you familiar with Meet Cute stories?
No, what? Say that again, Wendy.
Meet Cute.
Meet cute? No, what is that? No, not at all.
Okay, so it's the story, if you like romantic comedies, there's always how they met, right?
Okay, okay.
So it's just your story, however the two of you met.
Okay, interesting.
And sometimes it's cute, right?
Okay,
It's
meet
a
cute.
story that you
Okay.
want to, share with your grandkids, or how,
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
grandparents might say, "Well, we met and I hated him."
Right. He
He
wore
kept
me
chasing me
down. He
out.
wore me down.
So that's their meet cute story.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Mhm.
I
So
like that.
you gotta kind of make you a meet cute story with the approach,
Right, right.
the kind of way creatively you approach.
So if you end up with someone, always remember how you met them, right?
Yes, yes,
Because
absolutely.
it's always a story that you can tell your grandkids or you can just tell your girlfriends,
Your girlfriends, yeah, because we always want to know, well, how did you get to
Exactly. How did you
this? Right.
meet him? Exactly. How did you meet
Yeah.
her? You're right. I
Yeah.
like that. Okay. So remember, don't forget your meet cute story. Is that it right? Is that right, Wendy?
You got it. You got it.
I like that. So let's see. Oh yeah, you know what? And I did read something about deal breakers. It says deal breakers can be important in a relationship because they establish boundaries for what you are willing to accept. So don't get discouraged just because you say something is a deal breaker, it can really be a boundary. So once that person recognizes that it's a boundary, they won't cross it, and you won't miss out on maybe a good person. Because sometimes we say, oh, that's a deal breaker, you know what I mean? Without even really thinking about it and delving into it and talking about it, and then saying to the person, well, you know what, that's a bit too far for me. So that's one of my boundaries. And you know what? You can agree to disagree and maybe move on and not get discouraged because you think that that's a deal breaker and it won't let the relationship or the friendship move forward.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think
know,
you gotta speak your needs, you gotta let people know,
right. Yep,
respectfully, but you gotta say,
exactly.
that's just not gonna work for me.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. And you know what? And that's another thing, Wendy, that you said that it's like it's all work because you got to start thinking of ways to say things without, hurting someone's feelings or it
yeah, you
coming
do.
out the
Yeah.
wrong way. And when I was younger, I didn't think like that. I just said what I wanted to say. I didn't. Did you? Were you walking around talking about
No,
gauging your conversation?
no.
No, and now you do. You have to gauge your
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
and you have to do that because, like I said a few minutes ago, you could go out and get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. Well, if you get one this day, you're doing good.
Well, and also, women can be very sensitive. So we have to be, men can be very sensitive too,
That's
right? So we have
true.
to be careful not to offend them,
And you're right,
particularly if
Wendy.
we have some interest,
Because
right?
we don't think of men in the sensitive vein. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
We always think, they're like manly, manly, that's not going to affect them. We sitting there with tears streaming down our face.
Yeah.
No, good eye, good comeback. Yeah, I like that. That's good. That's good. So listen, don't forget everyone, leave us some comments, give us some, if you got some self-help books, like Wendy said, put those out there. And if you got some ideas of how to, build up a relationship so you don't get discouraged. And you know what? If there was something that you thought was a deal breaker and you overcame it, let us know that too.
Right, right. What about that height thing when he was too short and all of that kind of thing? What are we doing? What are we doing about that, ladies?
I'm not dating anybody shorter than me anymore. I'm just not doing it. I'm sorry.
There's a
But
lot of
that's just
married ladies walking around with husbands that
that
are
they
shorter
are.
than them.
Yeah, what about you, Wendy? How short will you go?
Oh, I'm trying not to. How short will I go? I'm
My
5'6".
height.
I'm very
That's it.
short.
My height.
I'm 5'6", so
Oh, well,
I'm pretty short.
I'm 5'4 3/4. Okay, 5'5". I'm not going shorter than 5'5",
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty short. Yeah,
and
no,
that's a stretch because
yeah.
if I put two,
But
three,
what about your height, though?
that's what I'm giving myself. I put 4-inch heels on or 3-inch heels on. I'm already taller than you are. So yeah, you got to be real special for me to date you if you're real short. I'm sorry. It's just that simple.
Okay, okay. Well, I don't wear heels that high anymore.
What's that? What'd you say, Wendy?
My heels aren't that high anymore, so.
But mine, well, it just depends, not all the time. But even
Mhm.
if I date someone that's 5'5" and I wear 2-inch heel, I'm 5'7".
Okay, I mean, if that's a deal breaker, or is it?
uh, put it like this. This is one of those opportunities where it might not be a deal breaker, but it might not be a deal breaker, but
But, but I mean, I get it. A lot of women feel that way, so I definitely get it. Um, did you know? This is random. Okay,
that's okay. I do random all the time.
did you know that there is a procedure that men are doing to elongate them to make themselves taller?
Oh no, I've heard about that.
Mm.
Yes, there is a procedure where they can lengthen their legs like 2 inches or so. hmm
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I wonder how much.
Sounds
I wonder
sounds
how much.
painful.
What's that?
It sounds painful.
I wonder how much it costs though.
Oh, I think it costs a lot of money. And they gotta like learn how to walk again. I mean, it's not. This is not,
Is
this
it
is
worth
not
it?
cosmetic,
Is it worth it, I say? You know?
Well,
It's
if they
not-
want to get the girl.
you know what I'm saying, go get a good job.
And stand on your wallet.
Exactly. How about that? Hey, remember now this is random too and going off the cuff. And this is not this excuse me, and this is no pun against anyone that has to do this. But remember when short people would wear those elevated shoes?
Oh yeah, DeSantis got, I think he got called out. Ron DeSantis got called out for
He
wearing
got
them.
elevated shoes.
Yes, I didn't even know there was such thing.
And you know what? I think that's why Prince wore heels. Because
Yeah.
I don't think he was androgynous. I don't think that he was a masculine man that wanted to be taller. So he threw on some height.
Maybe. That's possible.
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
so any parting words for everyone out there, Wendy? Any parting words?
Listen, if you're not 6'2", it's okay. There's some petite women out there who, you don't have to, tower over them. There's
Right.
somebody for everybody. So don't feel bad if we're joking. We're just joking about this life.
Exactly. And
I
we
think,
are.
yeah,
And you know what? I'm sorry, folks, but I swear, oh my goodness, I got a
are
big
you
old
sweating?
bulb. I know I have oily skin. I got a big old bulb on my
Mm.
forehead. I have oily skin. But anyway, I'm sorry, guys. That was really random.
Don't date a woman with oily skin.
Don't date- No, you better date a woman with oily skin because you know why? That's good elasticity. Those wrinkles are gonna stay away for a while. Just wipe it off for her every now and then. That's all. Just pat it away.
Little powder, little powder. Yeah.
So hey guys, everyone out there, not guys, but everyone out there, don't get discouraged. I know, and like Wendy said, in the opener, probably one of the best things to do is take a break. Take a break and do some self-healing. Take a break, and like Wendy said again, find yourself a good self-help book. And hey, out there, if you've got some good ideas of self-help books, share it. Let's share information. Let's help each other out. We are only on this earth for whatever our given time is. So why not let everybody be happy? Just be
Right.
happy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
That's what I want. That's what I wish for all of you out there who are
exactly.
listening to us. Yes.
All right, well, Wendy, we will come back together again with another fantastic topic. So everybody out there, please like, share, subscribe, leave us a comment. And Wendy, we will talk in a few minutes.
Great. Good night.